Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Linda and I'm coming to you from Sydney, Australia. This is my second episode and I'm filming from a slightly different spot because my boyfriend's working right now, so he's taken over the study and I'm still sick with COVID. We were on leave for the last couple of weeks, and on the last week we both caught COVID, and it's been quite a rough recovery. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been fun. But we're both on the mend, and hopefully I'm cleared to go back to work soon. But yeah, that's the last couple of weeks. I do want to say thank you to everybody who watched my last episode, or even commented or messaged me privately, or found me on Instagram. I wasn't expecting such a warm welcome to YouTube, and I was such a nervous wreck after filming that. And it was just really nice to see people's comments and well wishes, and everyone was so lovely. So thank you so much if you stuck around then and are here now. I will move on to my finished objects. I'm wearing the first one. Both of them are test knits, so in case I forget to mention that. This is the Traveler's Cardigan by Ozetta. It's incredibly warm and snuggly. I was taking it on and off, like putting it on and taking it off, because I've knitted this in Wool & Gang Feeling Good yarn, mixed in with some mohair. This is the Wool & Works Fairy Bread mohair. So it's very warm. And I mean, we're still winter in Australia, so it's still, hopefully we'll get heaps of wear. You can see the mohair speckled throughout the entire piece, and it's pretty cool because I was struggling to find something to knit with that mohair. It's such a lovely shade, and I'm just not that bold of a person, I think. And so it was kind of a cool thing that I was just blending it with some beige mohair, beige yarn, and yeah, for the most part, this cardigan looks quite beige, but then on a close-up you can see all those speckles of pink and blues, and I don't know, it just kind of makes the beige cardigan a bit more special, I think. I've also got some pearlescent, no, these are not pearlescent. Oh, I guess they would be pearlescent, like oyster shell buttons from Wool Warehouse. So hopefully that matches pretty well. I really like this piece. I think I mentioned last time the construction was that this button band was knitted alongside the body, which kind of helps out, helps the what am I trying to say? It kind of creates, this is the brain fog. What I want to say is the button band is integrated into the body, so it just saves you having to do it at the last minute, and that's, yeah, I really like that because I'm actually using that technique on another cardigan I'm making. Hopefully I'll show you that later. I did mention last time that I was running out of yarn and I was a bit worried I wouldn't finish the piece, but I'm happy to report that I finished it, and the sleeve length is actually really good. I have this thing where sometimes I knit a sleeve and I forget to stop, and it ends up being way longer than what I anticipated, because once you block it, it's just like extra long. Or like the opposite, where I like cut the sleeve short thinking that that's enough, but it shrunk. So I mean, I don't know, I make it work, but I actually really like this sleeve length. I've blocked it and it's perfect. It is shorter than what was listed in the pattern, but that kind of works out for me because I got short limbs. I don't think I have anything else to add. I really liked it. I really liked knitting this, and it's super warm. I really like Feeling Good yarn, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this piece. My second finished object is, oh, it's inside out because I think I was wearing it yesterday. This is the ribbed tee from CL Knits. It's coming out very, I don't know, the pink is not the same pink that I'm looking at, but I guess that's just the camera and my lighting and the fact that it's a cloudy day. But this is a ribbed T from CL Knits, also another test knit that I participated in. Oh, I should mention, this cardigan is in size 2 and this ribbed tee is in size 3. I think I decided to go up a size. I think I would have been able to fit size 2 quite well. This is a bit, while it's still fitted, it is a bit more of a generous fit on me, which I don't mind, that's totally cool. I did do the tapering, so there's sleeve tapering involved, where I made decreases towards the bind off, as well as tapering involved in the body itself. I don't think that's very obvious, but it does give you a really nice kind of figure hugging look. This was knitted in arwetta, Filcolana's arwetta in strawberry pink. Yeah, I really like broken rib. There's something about it that just looks really like neat. I don't know, like all the lines are so perfect, and it did take a fair bit of time, I'm not gonna lie. Broken rib is quite a process, but I love the end result. So I don't think this pattern's just out yet, but if you keep a lookout on her Instagram, I think hopefully it should be coming out soon. Also, something really cool about this was the bind on, cast on. Yeah, I've never done a double tubular cast on. I forgot how it's like 2x2 cast on, and it creates a really cool stretchy edging. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I've never done that. That was really cool. So, and then I also did the corresponding bind off, so the tubular, where you convert to a 1x1 rib and you bind off like that. I love that look, because tubular cast off is my favorite kind of cast off. So when I can do it, I just do it. I don't think I have anything else to say. I like that piece a lot. Hopefully you'll get heaps of wear in the summer. Yeah. The other piece I finished was a hat I made for my grandpa. I'll insert some footage. It was his birthday and I was so anxious about making him something. I think I whipped that up in like 2 days, or maybe a day actually. And at first I thought it would be huge on him, but I didn't realize he had such a big head in the nicest way possible. But it fit his head, and hopefully I can make one for myself, because we need to be twins. I've decided that everything I'm knitting for my grandparents, I'm going to knit one for myself, so we can all be twins. I just need to find my 4.5 needles, and I don't know for the life of me where they are. I've checked everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I really want those back though. So I think they're probably in the car. I haven't checked there. But once I have those needles, I'm gonna make myself the same hat. I think I kind of freestyled that hat. There's no particular pattern. I have made a hat before in Feeling Good yarn. That's what I used for my grandpa's hat. So I sort of just winged it with what I did from last time. I think it was like 84 cast on or something, and it makes a really nice fluffy warm hat. So yeah, I like that wool. That's all I finished this in the last couple of weeks. I wanted to get more done, but I didn't, and that's fine. I mean, you're only sick when you have COVID, I guess, or not. So we'll move on to things I've started, because there's quite a lot, and I want to say that's also because of COVID. Like, I think I decided to just make all these cast-ons because I was looking for things to do. We will start with the one I'm mostly finished. This is another test knit. This is for Friday Knits. It's her boxy cardigan mohair edition. I always love how this looks on camera, because I don't know, when I was making it I wasn't sure about the yarn, and I just was like, that's fine, I'll just pick this and I'll go with it. But then every time I see it on camera, I'm like, oh yeah, I do really like this combination. And I think in particular I'm talking about the collar too, because I had such a problem with picking out the right color. I wanted to make the collar in mint, and I have the yarn, it's in the post office, but I can't grab it because I've got COVID. But yeah, that's fine. I will probably get it when I get out of ISO. But yeah, I wanted to make the collar mint, and it's just because there's bits of mint in the yarn itself. This is Qing Fibres Kids Silk Mohair in Walpatinga, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Yeah, so I wanted to bring out the green accents in the yarn. But when I couldn't get my yarn, I had to look through my stash and pick out something instead. And I just wasn't happy with anything I had, because I don't know, in my head I had a vision of what I want it to be, and I don't know if it's the perfectionist in me who wants that particular thing, but I was struggling between this rustic brown, like, not brown, rustic orange, and a burgundy I had, and I also had some white yarn I could use, or like a boucle yarn. I don't know. I was just delirious, I guess. Eventually I just landed on this yarn, and I was like, yep, this will be it. So this collar is done in Hobbi Super Kid Silk. So you can see it's a little extra fluffy because it is double stockinette stitch, but I think also the added mohair in it gives it a bit more of a fluffier appearance. I raided my grandma's button jars. I took quite a few actually, but I think these are the ones I'm gonna land on. They're temporarily placed with some bobby pins, so they're a bit loose, but I'm still trying to decide what buttons to put. I think I like these. It gives the whole thing a bit more of a vintage appearance, I think. The sleeves are a little bit longer than what Phoebe has on her sample. It's offered in the pattern to extend the sleeve length, so this cuts at about my elbow instead of my mid-humerus. The entire construction is pretty cool. It's single strand mohair throughout the body, and double stockinette stitch for the collar, button band, and the cuffs. So it is pretty, like, you can see that difference between the single strand and where you got the double strand. It's pretty cool. Oh, I've still got a needle here because I guess, no, I finished binding off. I don't know. I need to get rid of that because otherwise I will lose another needle. Yeah, so currently I'm almost done. I just need the rest of the body. Yeah, I really thought this was pretty fun. I mean, I forget how much I do like knitting with mohair alone. I don't know. In my head, I always think it's like way worse than it sounds, because when you have to frog mohair, it's the most painful experience of knitting. Like, frogging itself can be kind of stressful, but when it's mohair, it's so sad, and you just, yeah, you feel like you're killing the yarn, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know. I always think it's going to be more stressful than it really is. It wasn't that bad. I really enjoyed this. I think I might make another one because I have tons of mohair. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think the pattern's going to come out very soon because Phoebe wanted to release it early. Part of her requirements were that you didn't need to finish the entire body, so yeah, I think she wants to release it soon, so hopefully you should be able to see that on your pages soon, or hopefully you should see it for sale soon. I don't know if I need to add anything about that. Yeah, no, I think that's all I wanted to say. Sorry, this is going to be a tea break for me. Hopefully you have a beverage because this might be a bit long. So that's done. And this is where I decided to just cast on everything else. So while we were away, I was sitting by the fire, and I was like, I really want to knit something with a chart, because I don't know, I really like charts. And I had it in my, like, everyone was knitting the Ingrid sweater, like Laura from Penrose Knits was knitting it, and I just was like, I need to make that sweater, because I bought that for a while. I've had all the yarn. Oh, hang on, I just noticed that it's completely unraveled. 1 second. Oh shit. How does everyone else do this without, like, losing half your work? I feel like every time I hold up a piece, it's, yeah, like unraveling in front of my eyes. Okay, so I decided to cast on the Ingrid sweater. So all I have right now is the back panel. Is that the right way? Yep. All I have is a back panel. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I haven't touched it since I've been back home, so yeah, I will need to add on the shoulders and the rest of the body. But I really love the look of it. I love this texture it creates. I'm using Pernilla by Filcolana, held with drops kid silk. And it's creating a really nice kind of light drapey fabric. And this is Highland wool, which I love the feel of. I wouldn't describe it as scratchy, but it's not completely, it's got some texture to it. So it's kind of, yeah, it feels really nice. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do much of it soon, but we'll see. There's all these other projects that I have before it. And then I decided to do another cast on last week. So we started watching Stranger Things while we've been hit with COVID, because that was just something to binge, and I'm so glad we decided to do that. We started from season 1 because I knew nothing of it, and I wanted to knit something that was quite simple, that would just be like stockinette stitch, and I wouldn't have to think about it, and it would just be, I don't know, just something just to do mindlessly. And so I decided to cast on the Amy slipover. I think I showed you last episode. I'm losing stitches again, hang on. I really should put stoppers on everything, because yeah, this is not going to be fun when I have to continue on these projects. Let's see if I can thread it back through. I usually do have some stoppers, but I think they're all in the bedroom. Anyway, this is just the back panel so far. Yeah, it's a nice simple knit, basically. I mean simple in the sense that it's just ribbing on the edges, but basically purling and knitting, and I've been really enjoying this. So yeah, this is the progress of maybe 3 seasons of Stranger Things. We're currently on the 4th one, and I really like this piece. I chose to use plotulopi black heather, 1 strand that, and drops kid silk, I think in ash grey. So it's almost like what's in the magazine. This is the Sandnes Garne magazine. Yeah, I like this piece. I can't wait for this to be done before spring, because I think I'll get the most wear out of it then. And you can see that I'm using, I don't know if you saw on the other piece too, but I'm using the Barber cords. I actually really like them. I don't know if I landed on a consensus last episode, but I've been using them so much, just because I think my cords are so precious, and it's really nice to be able to try things on without snagging any of your cords or anything like that. They are a bit pricey, I should warn, but I do think they are worth it, because like they're all being used on one of my projects. So yeah, that's been really handy. And I have also casted on last week this cardigan I started. This is meant to be a gift knit for my friend's kid. This is the bottom of the cardigan. I'm working bottom up, which is a bit different for me. I don't think I've done that. I'm sort of half winging a pattern and just making it up as I go, and I've taken on that whole integrating the button band technique, so I'm loving that. This is Lapaz by Hobbi. Yeah, so I want to finish this before the weekend, but I don't know if I'll be seeing my friend in time to give it to her because I'm still a bit sick and I don't want to be going out, even though this is my 7th day. We'll see. Yeah, this is, did I say 100% alpaca? I don't remember. But yeah, this is 100% alpaca, so it's very soft and snuggly. I don't really know where I'm going with this. It's sort of me just winging it and hoping things work out. I do need to finish that soon. I've only got 6 balls, so hopefully that's enough. The yarn feels a bit like Al Pacino Merino or the Andes, Drops Andes yarn. It's like a corded alpaca, I guess. Oh, that probably doesn't show up very well. Yeah, hopefully I'll finish this soon. It's a kid cardigan, so it's gonna be hopefully quick. I just need to get it done. Yeah, I've got one last knit. This is just an update on my Sunday sweater. This is by Petite Knit. Yeah, I've got a bit more of a body, which is cool. This is a car knit for me, so while we've been traveling, I've just had this in the car and it's been easy to do straight stock and knit stitch and not think about things. Yeah, so that's why I've only got a chunk of the body done. I'm still nowhere near finished. This will still probably be a car knit for me, so whenever I'm in the car, I'll probably get a bit more done each time. I don't know if, yeah, I did mention this last time, but I probably should mention it again. It's knit on double strand of Drops Kid Silk in chocolate. And I am knitting them on 4mm metal needles. And I just want to mention how much I hate the combination of mohair and metal needles. I don't really have a choice because I keep breaking my 4mm needles. They're probably my most used needles, and I've broken 2 sets between this year and last year. 2 or 3 sets, I don't know. I've broken a lot, and it's heartbreaking when you break knitting needles because they're so precious. So I've had to buy a bunch of metal ones, and I will just have to stick it out because that's what I get for breaking my needles. I'm gonna have to just suck it up. It's just like there's no slip, so it just slides right off sometimes, and it's particularly annoying with mohair. I love metal needles on lace work, but when it's like with just pure mohair, it's not that fun. But anyway, that's my own doing. I'll just have to live with that. I do want to also show that they're in this beautiful blanket bag by Littlest Stitch. She was at the Bendigo Wool show a month ago, and I saw that she had showcased them there. I didn't get to go to the show because I live nowhere near Bendigo, but I saw that she was selling them through her Instagram, and so I reached out to her. She was really kind enough to also custom make me a pink pastel one, which is in the study, because I particularly loved this detailing of a ruler on the handles. I just thought that was the most genius thing ever, and I mean that I don't know how usable this will be, but like I love that so much. And I don't own any other project bags, so I was like, I needed both. And she was also nice enough to throw in a little sheet bag too, but I think it's somewhere else. But yeah, she's absolutely lovely. I will link her details below so you can go stalk her and ask her about these bags. They're beautiful. I think they're made from like vintage blankets too, so it I don't know, it feels lovely to have just a bit of a I don't know, it just feels lovely. It's like, yeah, that's all I want to say. And I think I'll end on two more things. I got the Pom Pom magazine in the mail. Yeah. This is an older Pom Pom magazine. I guess not that much older. It probably got released earlier in the year. I particularly wanted it for the cloud bow dress. Yeah, I will be making this. I have a lot of mohair just from bits and pieces, and it's one of those scrap project pieces that I really want to do. Yeah, I'm excited to kind of go through this. I haven't had the chance to, but yeah, I'm looking through it, and I am excited to cast on some projects from here. It's actually tiny too. I don't know what I was expecting, but the Sandnes Garne magazine is like proper A4 size. This is like a pocket size. That's totally fine. I just wasn't expecting it so small. And lastly, I just spent this morning doing what was I doing? A gauge swatch. But I will be knitting the Miles tee for Ozetta again as a test knit. I'm going to be using arwetta. This is in, I think, Red Squirrel. Doesn't say the name. I think it's Red Squirrel. But yeah, it's this beautiful burnt orangey colour, very up my sleeve. Yeah, I'm excited to be doing that, so hopefully you'll see either parts of that or a finished object in a few weeks' time. I think that's all I have today. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking around if you stuck towards the end. Hopefully it's not too choppy. I will have to edit this because I probably don't sound the best right now, and I've taken pauses in the most random places. It's the brain fog, I think. Anyway, yeah, thank you for sticking around. I hope you're well, and I'll see you next time with some more projects. Happy knitting. See ya.